Hey, today I'm so excited because we are launching January 2021. It's our first recording, and we're talking about moving forward together in 2021. And so on the podcast today, of course, I have my co-host. Make sure you put it on.
Silence everything.
Otherwise, we'll lose it. And we are live on the podcast. Miss Amy Cruz, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, sister?
I am amazing, as always.
Awesome.
No, you know what? So today we're supposed to have a special guest and they couldn't make it. So we've rescheduled them. We're excited to have them down the road. They are our home warranty rep. And we're going to talk all about home warranty and the value of home warranty when you purchase and guess what? Sell a house.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, we've come up with another topic for today. One that's actually near and dear to my heart. And I kind of just stumbled upon it. So we're just going to have a great conversation about Dave Ramsey. Sister, do you know who Dave Ramsey is?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Because
you
of
do.
Because
You
of
do.
you, yes.
How the heck? Why would I tell you about Dave Ramsey?
A couple of reasons. You are my big sister. You only want what's best for me. And well, you're always in charge. So
Fair enough. Hey, oh, wait, let's go into a personal story first. We have a kitten, right?
yes.
Okay. And our kitten, she's so awesome. Right now, you might be able to hear her in the
I
background
can
because
hear
she's
her, yeah.
meowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so cool. Anyway, she's discovered her superpower of hunting.
What did she find?
Yeah. So there's Nolan Jacob in the background. So she a couple of days ago went outside and got a hold of a lizard
Ew.
and brought the lizard in the house. She brought it home to mommy and daddy, which was Nathan,
Gross.
because Nathan happened to be home at the time,
Yeah.
and shared it with him. And
Aw.
yes, its tail was gone. Everything. I was like, oh my gosh. So this morning, I come home every morning from the gym. And this morning, when I came home, she, of course, wanted to go back outside. Guess what? I let her out. Her super hunting power came. It's almost like what Dave Ramsey says when he says the bank hunts you down and
Gosh.
consumes you.
Yeah.
She went and darted, got this little tiny baby bird.
Oh, sad.
I know. And then, I saw her feathers in her mouth. She came running back to the door and I opened it
Oh
because
my
I was like, what is
gosh.
she doing? And she goes running into the kitchen. And then all of a sudden I hear chirp, 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 chirp.
Oh,
chirp,
how
chirp, chirp.
sad.
And I was like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Nolan, come get the bird. Get the bird out of Kitten's mouth.
Oh, sad.
The bird is no longer with us.
Aw.
And Kitten wants to go hunt down another bird. Because guess what? She brought another bird in.
Oh my gosh.
This is what credit cards do to you, my friends. This is what the bank does to you too. Was that a great lead in for Dave Ramsey?
It was.
Because I truly believe
It's
that
true.
it's 100% Dave Ramsey goes that way, right? He does a totally different lead in. He talks about the gazelle and I think the lion. I think that's what it was. Anyways, here's the deal, right? I stumbled upon Dave Ramsey myself first, and I never, ever, ever, ever make any one of my family members or anyone else do anything that I don't believe in first.
Yeah.
So I dived right in. I was looking for ways to avoid to pay the IRS. That's what I'm be real. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I made a little bit of money in real estate back in the day, a long time ago. And now I got to pay the IRS a bunch of money. Why?
Yeah.
So I saw this Dave Ramsey banner and I was like, cool, I'll go check it out. Maybe he can help me figure out how not to pay the IRS.
You literally saw a banner for him? Like it wasn't
Yeah, it was a
on
banner.
social media or
No.
anything like that?
I was driving by a local church. They had a banner up and the banner said, Dave Ramsey, come see Financial Peace University. Classes start now. And I was like, oh, finances, peace, university. I love learning. I don't know who Dave Ramsey is. I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
So I checked it out. Then I dragged my husband and his best friend and his wife to it. It was a 6-week training.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally dragged them all
Yeah.
because they were all like, oh, Lori, what are you taking us?
What are you making us do now?
Yes. And I did it. I did the whole Dave Ramsey training. Not only did I do it, then I became, with my husband, who I no longer had to drag anymore,
Yeah.
a facilitator. This is all like 6, 7, 8 years ago, to be
Yeah.
completely honest. And I applied to be what was called an ELP, a endorsed local provider, about 8 years ago. And there was no positions open at the time. Guess what? Position just opened up and now I get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm
awesome.
super stoked to
Yeah.
say that starting next week, we will be officially a real estate Dave Ramsey ELP. That is cool.
That's really cool.
In the process, though, we have helped lots of buyers and sellers who apply the Dave Ramsey principles to their purchases. Today, as I was doing my little learning videos for being the endorsed local provider, what I loved that Dave Ramsey said, his team said in that, is they are about bringing hope to everyone. Because here we are a year or so later with a podcast that we love.
Yeah.
And we hope that we just give them a little bit of real estate advice with some heart and soul in it.
Yeah.
That gives them direction so that they know they can succeed in buying real estate at some point. That's our goal.
Yep.
Right? That's our goal. And Dave Ramsey aligns with my core values. Now, let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy to apply his principles.
Not at all.
Yeah. Right? Supposed to pay for
It's
everything in
tough.
cash.
Yeah.
Supposed to have a budget. Supposed to have budget meetings with your spouse.
Yeah.
Supposed to use a little envelope system.
I just saw a wallet
Uh-huh.
with little plastic envelopes in it on Amazon the other day. I was like, oh, that's perfect for the envelope system.
Yeah. You're supposed to, I mean, there's so much you're supposed to do. It's the baby steps, right? You got to apply the baby steps. I remember when my husband and I applied the baby steps.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this story. When we applied, because I was like, I got to get out of IRS debt.
Yeah.
And a few credit cards. Because here's the deal. When we bought the house that we're currently in, we budgeted $60K for our addition renovation. Do you know how much we spent?
I don't remember.
100.
I was gonna guess 90.
Yeah, 100.
Because I knew you went over budget.
We did, because we loved the wood floors we put in, and we had to have the best appliances that didn't last very long, to be completely honest. The appliances just are not made the same way they were back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways, with that said, we didn't really have a real budget. We just went into it with saying, we're going to add 400 square feet to our house and spend about $60K on that. So I can afford to do that. And you know how I did it? Got a home equity line of credit. I maxed out our credit cards.
Oh, gosh.
And I did the home equity line for $60K, and then maxed out some credit cards to finish up what we couldn't afford to finish. And then we had some IRS debt, and I was like, gosh darn, this is challenging.
Yeah.
And if you all didn't know, when I was 23, did I have Nathan when I was 23?
Yes.
Okay, when I was 23, I had Nathan James. He's our oldest, who now works for us. And he is fully licensed. He works full-time for me. When I was 23, I had my little Nathan James, and I did not want to go back to work. I wanted to be a stay-home mommy with him.
Yeah.
So I was $21,000 in credit card debt then.
Oh my gosh.
Because I worked for the major department stores, and the only way they give you your discount is on their credit card.
Yeah. It's easy. It's so easy to get sucked into those credit cards.
I'm telling you. When I started in college, they were sitting on campus, free money for you. Would you like some? I was like, oh, sure. I would love that. I'm an adult. I can do that.
Yeah.
$21,000 later, an unexpected baby, and a job that I no longer wanted so I could take care of my unexpected baby.
Yeah.
Tells you I've really changed over the years.
For sure.
There is hope. That is true. That you can make all the same stupid mistakes I made and still make your way to even better ones, because we are by far not perfect. We still have debt, mainly all mortgage debt.
I was going to say all real estate, though.
Yeah, because we have investment properties.
Yeah.
And we have one paid for investment property.
So awesome.
Yes, we do. So we're not perfect. And we've made great strides towards moving forward in our financial responsibility. So back to that, like first Dave Ramsey, 6 weeks. I remember I was driving my car and I was like, okay, he said that we have to pay everything in cash, as in Dave Ramsey. And so my husband said, okay, pay everything in cash. And so he left me like $20 at home, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
For gas. Yeah. And I needed gas.
Yeah.
And as I was on my way to the gas station, guess what happened?
You had to use your credit card.
No, I ran out of gas. I didn't have any credit cards.
You still didn't have like a backup card or something to.
No, I applied Dave Ramsey's principles and cut the credit cards off.
Man.
Sister, what the heck? And
I just let one sit in my wallet. I don't use it though.
You should have heard that telephone call to my husband. Babe, I'm on the side of the road out of gas.
You always run out of gas.
Yes. Well, I was out of gas and out of money.
Oh, gosh.
At least generally, I'm only just out of gas.
That's true.
So anyways, I've learned over time. Now I just run out of gas. I don't run out of money. As my sister so clearly told you all.
Well, I do it too. So
yes. Yeah. So, we were such big believers. We still are. Like, we bought a case of his book. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, right? We bought a case of his book and we gave, this one is The Total Money Makeover, the classic edition. We bought this and we gave it to like a ton of people for Christmas, right? Remember, all you guys came to our house and we gave you all a book?
Yep.
We always give you something informative that makes you a better person.
That's for sure.
And I like what this says in here. Dave Ramsey is America's trusted voice on money and business. He's authored 4 New York Times bestselling books: Financial Peace, More Than Enough, Entree Leadership, The Total Money Makeover, and The Dave Ramsey Show is heard by millions of listeners each week on all of his radio stations. Do you know he started his first money show on a radio station for free?
For free? I didn't know it was for free. Wow.
He did not get paid. The person who was currently hosting some kind of radio show on there just quit. And Dave Ramsey and his buddy said, well, we'll teach the money game. And they started there.
That's awesome.
Yep. They didn't get paid for a very long time. Whole different story now. So Dave Ramsey's principles are simple and hard.
Yeah.
It's just like business. It's just like buying a house. It is simple, and yet there's a lot of hard work in it. Mm-hmm. It's just like selling a house. It's simple, and yet there's a lot of hard work in it.
Yeah.
What makes it simple? Well, us, of course. We help you.
Yes.
We know what we're doing. Lori Alvarez and Team, the family team. We do our absolute best to help you all out with that so that it is as simple as possible. We do not promise you that it will be stress-free, because we do a ton of them every day. So we become pretty like the stress doesn't get to us as much because we're like, oh, this ain't nothing compared to the last one. However, we understand in our listeners and our clients' lives
Right.
that it is very stressful for you because you're nervous about it and
Yeah.
you don't necessarily know everything that you're doing in the process.
All the paperwork too could be very overwhelming.
Oh, did you watch the TikTok I did yesterday?
No,
Yeah,
sorry.
it was the Q&A question of the day. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. If you're not following me on TikTok, you need to, right?
Yeah.
I hate paperwork. We
Me
can do it
too.
digital, as I said on the TikTok,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, there's paperwork. There's all kinds of good stuff involved in it. There's lots of steps to it. I'd like to say, like, I could apply Dave Ramsey's baby steps to real estate, right? Look, set a budget, start saving. So our 18-year-old who is just graduated about a year ago now. Yeah, it's been a year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the COVID drive-by graduation. He asked me today, Mom, why do people have a tough time saving money? Are you a saver, sister?
I am a saver.
So my son then asked me, Mom, are you a saver? I thought it was an interesting question. I think my husband and I really are free spirits, if you know the Dave Ramsey world, which makes it challenging for us. And yet we're really good at saving because we have to pay our bills.
Yeah.
Mainly the IRS.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're not the easiest to work with. So you just really are forced to save,
Right.
you know? So he asked that question because he's actually a really good saver. It makes it a little easier because mom and dad help him out quite a bit. He's still at home and he's figuring out what he's going to do with the rest of his life. So he doesn't really have to pay much. He does have to take care of his own gas. He does have to, if he wants to eat out or take his girlfriend anywhere, have to take care of that. Every once in a while, we're nice and we help him out with, oh, if you get your brother a burger too, we'll give you some cash for that.
Yeah.
So would you say you and your spouse, Mr. David Cruz, are both free spirits, or are you both nerds, spenders? What are you?
David is definitely more of the saver. I'm a saver too. However, I'm a little more of a free spirit because I mean, I like to spend money too.
Yeah, Nolan came home one time and said, Mom, Auntie Amy went into Starbucks and she had to buy these Starbucks cups and it was like $20 or something like
Right?
that.
Well, see, so exactly.
And he was like, I think that's too much money for Starbucks cups. Do you really need those, Auntie Amy? And she was like, yes, of course I need them. Right, in that voice.
Yep. And David would have said exactly what Nolan said. David would have been like, you really don't need those. Like, you have $1 million already. Do you really need 2 more Starbucks cups?
And that wasn't $1 million in the bank.
And no. and I said, well, yeah, I really like him. So cute. And I was buying one for a friend. So,
and our full disclaimer here is, I like that. You added the giving aspect of it.
One was a gift.
Is you paid cash.
Yeah, I paid for it cash.
Excellent. Excellent. And that's what so many people have the challenge with, right? Is that they just run into Target and before you know it, Target. You got $100 of junk.
Yep.
That's truly not needed.
Yeah.
Right? We're going into the Christmas holiday. We're going into the holiday of what tends to be a lot of gift giving.
Right.
All these holidays that we're coming upon are going to push our budget, are going to stress our relationships, are going to make us uncomfortable. Or you can choose to sit back, set your budget, figure out what you can and can't do, and then be really creative in how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, every year I have my Christmas list because I have silver hair and that silver hair is real. It means I don't remember everyone, and then if I forget one of my nieces or nephews, it is not good.
Mm-mm.
So I have my list, just like Santa, because I still believe in Santa. I have my list, and I go down it, and I set a budget, and I put the total at the bottom of how much I'm willing to spend, and I stay right in those numbers.
Yep.
And I knock out all my Christmas shopping in 2 hours.
Yep, you do it like the day before Christmas Eve. I don't know how you do that. Like that stress sitting on my shoulder. Like I've already gone through like half of my list.
What the heck? That is just
And
unbelievable.
you know me, I'm obsessed with Amazon. If I can get it on Amazon, I'm gonna get it on Amazon.
That's interesting.
I
I've
don't
never
like,
tried online Christmas shopping.
it's great. It's amazing. Just shows up to your front porch.
Yeah, I don't
You don't
know.
even have to leave the house.
I don't know. I like the ability to go straight to the store and find the exact thing I'm looking for and then see what my options are. And I feel like Amazon does that okay, but not like fantastic. But I did notice the other day because I am so used to Instacart because I do all my grocery shopping now on Instacart and I
Yeah.
will not go to the market now.
I'm the opposite.
I will not go to
I
the
don't want
market.
somebody else picking out my produce. I want to pick out my produce.
Oh no. I'm okay. I am so okay with that. There's better things to do than go to the grocery store. I love the grocery store people too. They're so cool, but I really like Instacart so much more. And so I did notice the other day because I went to the store, I went to Big Five to buy some stuff for our team building
Oh yeah.
game
That
we
was
did
fun.
in the park the other day.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm all about team building and helping my team work better together.
Yeah.
And I had to wait forever for help.
See, if you would have went on Amazon and ordered those 2 days prior to our team meeting,
Now,
it
this
would
was
have
an
just
hour
been
beforehand.
on your front porch.
Amazon wasn't that quick. So that's my challenge. I don't think about things until the day before. I'm like, oh, by the way, tomorrow I have to tackle this. Okay, I'll tackle it all right now.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Yep.
I'm not completely like that. And I am that way, though.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of my calendar and I'm very aware of what I have to do, how quickly I have to do it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like right now, for my ELP training, I have 15 hours of video training to do.
Wow, that's a lot.
And I've set a deadline for Friday morning, 9 a.m. I must have it completed by. Hence why we're talking about Dave Ramsey today. It's all I'm thinking about right now for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
We love applying his principles. We've helped numerous clients in their search with Dave Ramsey. And just people that have come to us through open house and discovered us or came to us when we taught Legacy Journey or when we taught Financial Peace University, which we'll be teaching again January, February of next year. I also have participated in his entree leadership training, which was so cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan. I love all the products he puts out there. They all make me, a better person in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And I think that's our biggest goal here as our real estate family and the people that we want to help is we just want to help you move forward.
Yeah.
In a way that is positive for you. Like last night, I spent some time on the phone with one of our clients because they're buying an older house somewhere in the 1900s. 1911. And so they got an 83-page inspection.
Yeah, I saw it too. It was really long.
Yes. And we're having some really great conversations and further inspections and making a decision on whether or not this is still the right house for them.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, after you see something like that, you may say, this is not the right house for me.
Right.
And when we looked at that house on the exterior, we probably saw 30 pages of home inspection.
Yeah.
Not 83
Right.
pages.
For sure. For sure.
Because here's the deal, guys. There's a lot of stuff under everything else that we don't see.
Yeah.
And that is why you want to have a professional home inspection.
Right.
And you want to have a professional contractor or plumber or roofer or chimney inspector or whatever it be, electrical. All of those options come to you when you're buying real estate.
Yeah.
So you make sure you have all the necessary inspections to make a really informed decision so that you don't buy a house that is just way above your means.
Yeah.
You don't want to go an additional $40,000 in debt.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you believe it's worth it. And then that's violating Dave Ramsey's traditional principles, which I'm a big fan of them because it just keeps life super simple.
Yeah.
Right? Dave Ramsey says it all the time. Keep it super simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, babe. When you keep it simple, life just simply keeps going in such a way that it feels great.
Yep.
Not easy. And there's always challenges. Yeah. Always, always, always. So we will, by the end of the week, be ELP providers, fully sanctified to be able to move forward in that. So excited. And we will be teaching Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University sometime at the end of, I think, January, first week of February. And we'll likely have that available to you digitally as well, because we have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So it'll be in class and digitally. And I truly love teaching that course because it's something that I've made my oldest son do, my second one do, and now I'm going to make my third one do it.
Yep.
And I made my sister and her husband do it.
Yeah.
And I made my son's girlfriend at the time do it. Right? It's just good, old-fashioned, traditional principles to set you up to succeed simply.
I think it's time to have Matthew and his wife do it. I think it's time for baby brother.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably would enjoy it too.
I think they would.
I'm just going to tell you, like, I think people, now this is coming from my real estate expertise and perspective, right? A chick who went bankrupt to a chick who overspent to a chick now who owns a couple of properties and one of them's free and clear, right? Yeah. We own 3 specifically, and we intend to buy another here in the next 160 days or so. What I share with you is that I make all my decisions based on what I understand and only what I understand.
Yeah.
If I don't get it, then I just don't do it. Not yet. I wait till I get it.
Yeah.
My CPA was awesome. He told me, well, he was like my CPA for an hour. He told me, like, don't invest in all that other stuff. You don't understand it, but you totally get real estate. So do that.
Yeah.
And here I am with a paid for house.
Yep. That's so awesome.
And he told me that 2 years ago. I learned that 2 years ago. Right?
Yeah.
So even though he was only my CPA for an hour, that hour was worth it because now I have a paid for house.
That's amazing.
He gave me the inspiration and the confidence to move forward in something that I totally got.
Yeah.
And understood. Right?
Right.
And that is how you should tackle life. Don't let finances, and my hubby says this all the time. That's way complicated. I don't get it. I'm like, no. You may not get it today. And you say this too. You may not get it today, and you will get it one day because you will just keep jumping back in and listening over and over and over again.
Right.
It's like our real estate career.
Yeah.
When we first started, there was so much we didn't get.
Right.
As opposed to 15 years later, we get it.
Yeah.
And we're learning more every day.
Always learning more.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Hence why I ended up at Financial Peace University, because I always want to learn more. So if we get the opportunity to be educated, which I heard university, okay.
Right.
It's education.
Yeah.
And it did. I became a better person. I at least know how to manage the IRS now. I do know how to do that.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting out of paying them, just so you all know.
I know.
You
Sad.
do got to pay the IRS. I'll add that word of inspiration for you.
Yeah.
So to recap our conversation, we're so excited. We are now going to be Dave Ramsey ELP providers in real estate. We are also going to be launching FPU, Financial Peace University, in the next 90 to 120 days. So if you're interested, send us an email. We'll get you the details of where it's going to be and what that's going to look like, or how you can join us digitally. And what else, sister?
I think that's it. How do they get in touch with you?
They know that already.
How do they sign up?
Oh my gosh, they know that already.
How much does a class cost?
Oh, that's a great question. Back in the day, it used to only be like $100. We'll verify that information now.
Yeah.
Because it's been a couple years since I've taught it. So I'm getting re-updated on everything real quick here, applying whatever new things he may have added to it, because Dave Ramsey is always improving everything he does. So we'll get you those details. But that was a great question. Thank you for asking that.
Awesome.
Amanda, find out what that's going to cost us. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah. And when you're going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need to call someone who has the heart of a teacher, which is Lori Alvarez and Team.
That's right.
My sister and myself and all the rest of us that were on the podcast last week that you got to hear from.
Yeah.
It was fun to introduce you all.
It was. That was a fun podcast.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Very good. So we're going to sign off. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
You're up, Irma. Hey, today, I'm so excited.